What up? What up? Day 82. Day 82. All right. I'm if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and skip to the 2 minute mark. I'm give some time for people to come in. Uh, 1 minute left. All right, here we go. I'm gonna just go ahead and play this video. Smart guy versus dumb guy. And it's talking about basically eating out and the cost of eating out and going out all the time and just spending money on useless shit. Excuse me. So, all right, here we go.
Versus dumb guy when it comes to eating out. This is smart guy and this is dumb guy. And they both make the same amount of money. Even though dumb guy hates to cook and he hates to shop, he still spends $300 per month on groceries. Smart guy makes all of his meals and spends $450 a month. He's a lot healthier than dumb guy. On the way to work every day, dumb guy buys a coffee costing him $20 a week and $80 per month. Smart guy, he brings his coffee to work, and so he spends $0. And because dumb guy's too lazy to cook, he's buying lunch twice a week, which costs him $15 every time, $30 a week, or $120 per month. Whereas smart guy brings leftovers to work and spends $0. There's some nights where after work, dumb guy just wants to scroll on his phone, and so he orders DoorDash once a week, costing him $30 every single time and $120 per month. Smart guy's smart. He never buys DoorDash because he knows it's a waste of money. On Fridays and Saturdays, dumb guy eats out with his friends, costing him $50 a night, $100 a week, or $400 per month. Smart guy likes to be social too, and he goes out with his friends twice a week. But instead of eating out both times, he eats ahead of time on Fridays. So he spends half as much as dumb guy, costing him $200 per month. At the end of the month, dumb guy saved $0, whereas smart guy saved $520. Smart guy puts that money into the stock market. He lets it compound for 8 years at 10%. And after those 8 years, he has a total of $76,000. That $76,000 might not seem like a lot, but if smart guy were to just stop doing this habit after those 8 years, let that money sit for 30 more years, well, he'd have $1.5 million, even though he never invested another dollar. This is smart guy versus dumb guy.
I don't know if that math is correct. One, the SPY doesn't pay 10%. So I don't know if that math is correct. But either way, so my fault. Yeah, I'm getting messages. The thing is, the smart guy versus dumb guy, he's a little extreme on some of the, not extreme, but the budget is a little off, a little, slightly. But regardless, I understand what he's saying. I wanna read some of these comments though, because it was interesting seeing some of these comments. Smart guy has a boring life. Smart guy does have a boring life, but it could be temporary boredom because it could be for like he said, 8 years. You could do this for 8 years, and then after that, just let it compound. Then you could just continue to spend regularly. Most people don't want to sacrifice. That's usually their problem. They don't like to sacrifice. Let me blow this. Well, should I blow this up? Nah. Most people don't want to sacrifice. Like I said, they everybody wants that I ain't gonna say quick fix, but they just want entertainment all the time, right away. The impulse control is very low, so they get these little fixes all throughout the day, every day, but they're never really satisfied. Then they wonder why they're struggling, why it's still hard for them to it's still hard for them to progress financially, and it's for reasons like this. It's because, and you'll see it in these comments, people think, oh, it's a boring life, it's a boring life, it's a boring life. But it's the sacrifice. You sacrifice some fun for peace. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, in my experience, not having as much fun, but knowing that my bills are paid and I got money, I can enjoy little things like just watching TV, watching Netflix or basketball, or playing the game. It's easy to sit back and play the game. I don't play the game like that anymore, but it's easy to sit back and play the game and really have fun playing the game when man, my bills are paid. I don't have nothing to worry about. I'm not drowning in debt. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. So let me keep reading because I got two perspectives to the smart guy, dumb guy thing. What a classic out of touch boomer take. I think the person responded to saying what a classic out of touch comment, but they don't show it up here. It really pisses me off that people don't know how the generations work. I seriously doubt this guy is old enough to be a boomer. Yeah, me too. He looks like he's probably younger than me. This is so true. A smart guy I have a porter to a pocket dimension. He was saying some bullshit. But smart guy hasn't lived a day of his life. See, if you start, let's say if you start at 19, 20 years old and you sacrifice hanging out and going out. Now, most people would say, oh, that's when you should be hanging out and all that stuff. Is it really? Because hanging out at that time when you real young, you tend to make a lot of stupid ass decisions. So maybe you should be in the house chilling and then you go hang out and enjoy life when you're a little bit more responsible. Because I know being 20, 21, 22 and knowing 20, 21, 22-year-olds, we do more dumb shit when we're young. So if you could be in the house a little bit more and save your money, that's better because when you're 28 and you can be responsible, now you're starting to travel the world and you got the money to do it because you've been stacking, you've been saving, you've been investing your money in the stock market. By 28, if you living like a smart guy, you probably may have a property or two or three, if you're doing it smart. Smart guy brings coffee to work every day, but he spends $0 on it. Sign me up for that plan. All right. Let me see. Cooking a large meal that lasts many nights is also great. With my type 2 diabetes, I fast and skip breakfast and lunch. Brings my numbers down too. I like your post. The most basic money saving video imaginable. And of course, I think and what's the OFC? Is that supposed to be, of course? I don't know. It's only possible by living life like a robot and not enjoying yourself. Surprised you didn't suggest not going out to save even more money. Well, I mean, the man saying you can still go out, but the whole going eating before you go out with your friends. So that's a little extreme because if your friends are going out to eat, then you're going to be the weirdo just sitting there and not eating, which is kind of strange. Unless y'all all like really tight. You feel what I'm saying? But maybe you just get something small to eat, uh, a little appetizer or something, so you don't feel so awkward. Now I do feel like there should be a mixture of things. It shouldn't be all. Let me blow me up real quick. It shouldn't be all just being super frugal, but it's better to be a little bit more frugal. These same people that's getting on this guy for, in a sense, being super frugal will be the same people that have friends like that. That soon as they get in the money bind, they know exactly who to call. Oh, hey man, I'm struggling right now. I need a little change right quick. If you could give me $1,000 or something, you know what I'm saying? They be the first people that's gonna need it because they've been spending all their money. So don't get mad at it. I'm mad at them for being frugal. I think there is a good balance to have, but the balance should be a little bit, especially in today's time, should be more on being a little bit more frugal because you just the way the economy is going and the way things are getting more and more expensive, it's better to cook more at home than to order out. I'm not big on ordering out. I don't really like to go out to eat that much. I might do it once in a blue moon. I just did it recently. The other day, I went and got me some hibachi, but prior to that, I didn't get hibachi in a few months. You know what I mean? And it's part of it is because going out to eat is not even healthy, and I'm big on my health and fitness. So if you're going out to eat, you're typically getting the worst of worst foods. You're getting the cheapest, most chemical filled, pesticide filled, steroid injected, all those foods, everything that's bad for you is what you're getting when you go out to eat. Let's keep it a buck. Those restaurants are not giving you the best of the best. Even on the high end restaurants, they probably giving you mid tier stuff and then just making it seem like it's high end. So that going out to eat is I'm not with all that. I'm not trying to spend money. People buying coffee every day is wild to me. Make you some coffee at home. Like, why are you going to Starbucks spending $8 for a latte? I don't know how much a latte costs. I don't even know if people buy lattes. I don't drink coffee, but it just sounds like something people buy. But why are you going out spending all that money when you can make that at home? Now, if you crunch for time and you need to pick up something quick, cool. But if it's every day you crunch for time, then you're gonna have to start reevaluating what you're doing with your time. Because the $8 latte 5 days a week is what, $40? $40 a week times what are we talking about? 52 weeks. That would be like 2,000 and some change. That's a lot of, that's 2,000 and some change. If you only got one latte a month compared to, or one a week. Let's say you go with one a week versus 5 days a week. Look how much money you'll save. I ain't gonna do the math on that. I ain't gonna even try to figure it out. But I know you're not gonna be in $1,000 range. You might spend a couple $100. 200 versus 2,000. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it would be in the 200 range versus 2,000. That's a lot of money that you're saving, and this money can grow. You can grow it in the stock market. It could get to a point where you have enough to get a investment property if you want to do that. If not, you could just continue to invest it into the stock market. But you should be investing into something. Your money shouldn't just sit in the savings account because it's not making any money. So unless it's a high yielding savings account, and even those are not going to make enough typically to really make a big difference. Because most of them are maybe just a tad over what inflation is on average. So what else was this guy saying to me? Blow it back up. I said, where's the smart guy buying groceries? Yeah, I don't know if 450 is enough, but this guy's just giving an example. You know what I mean? You can inflate the numbers however you need to. Here's one for you. Life is too short. Work hard, enjoy your life to the fullest. potential. No one wins a prize with a lot of money in the bank. See, that's that mentality to keep people broke. You can live your life to the fullest, but going out to eat. Let me show you some of the list. Let me go back.
When it comes to eating out, this is smart guy and this is dumb guy, and they both make the same amount of money.
I'll wait. I'm gonna just talk while he. But that's the mentality that's gonna keep you stuck, because at the end of the day, spending money on lunch every day, coffee every day, that's not living life. Nobody's like, man, yo, I was living life today. I bought me a coffee. I spent money on lunch. That's not living life. Living life is, traveling. It's doing the little adventures like, going jet skiing and bungee jumping or whatever, just little things like that. I'm, saying things like that. Buying, even though this is expensive, but let's say buying a car that you really like, if you're a car enthusiast, and hooking that up, but spending money on lunch every day, that's living life. If you fat, you know what I'm saying? If you fat, then maybe that's living life. But DoorDash, that's not living life. That's being lazy. Most of the time, if you ordering DoorDash constantly, it's because you're being lazy. You too lazy to even go get the food. So you're gonna spend extra money on the delivery to get you the food that you already spending extra money on because you didn't want to cook the food. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's not living life. Now, if they want to talk about the going out to eat, the dinners part, with friends and stuff like that, then okay, cool. That's where I said the balance is. If you're like, yo, I want to experience, because when you especially if you are single, going out to eat with friends and stuff like that, it's part of being social. You're going out, you're having a social life. So yes, I can say, sometimes you should go out to eat. But if you can cut back on useless spending, like buying coffee every day, buying lunch every day, you know what I mean? That's going to save you a lot of money, because $80 a month on coffee is crazy. And really, I think that's a modest number, because when you're going to Starbucks and stuff like that, I'm sure you're spending more. So it's probably about 100, 150, if not more. You feel what I'm saying? $120 on lunch. Nah, it's hard to get a lunch now unless you're going to McDonald's, which now we're talking about the health. We talking about some of the worst foods you can eat: McDonald's, Wendy's, all the fast food joints. I hope that don't get me demonetized. But at the end of the day, those foods are horrible. So if you're talking about a normal lunch, you're spending a minimum of $15, $20. You see what I'm saying? 5 days a week. That's $100 a week by itself. So $120 a month. Now that's crazy. But when it comes to, hey, we going out this Friday or Saturday, go out, have a little bit of a social life. Don't do it every day. I've seen people, when I used to work security, I've seen people coming to the club every day that it was open. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes when it's open. Well, one of the bars I was working at was open every day. So yeah, they was coming every day, but coming on every event, spending mad bread. And look at bars, it's not cheap. And I'm like, man, these people are probably spending easily like $1,000 a month on drinks and stuff like that. And then when you get drunk, then you get hungry, and then they start ordering food. And I'm like, yo, 1,000, 1,500 a month. You know how much money you could be stacking? That's what, 1,000 a month would be 12,000 a year. So stack your bread first. Let your money make money. Then after your money makes some money, then you could start. Once you, like this guy said, if you do 8 years at this rate, and then you just let it sit, at that point, it'll just keep growing and growing. I didn't check the math to see if it'll really turn into $1 million. It seemed like it could in 30 years with compound interest. But if you do that, and then you continue to buy investments, invest in a business. Maybe you invest in a business that you don't actually have to work. You're a silent partner. That's another thing you can do, right? You can invest in businesses and you don't even have to work them. You invest in some real estate, you invest in stock. Now you got your money making money. Now you living. So now you hit 28, 29, 30. You 30 years old. And granted, you didn't hang out as much as you did in your 20s. And some would say, "Oh, it's your 20s. You're young. That's when you're supposed to." But like I said, when you're young is when you tend to do the dumbest shit. So is having fun predicated on how dumb you're gonna act when you are young, or when you having fun, I should say? Is that what fun is about? No, fun is about whatever you enjoy, right? So if you're 28, 29, 30 years old and you stacked your money properly because you wasn't out here wasting it when you was young, at those ages, now you traveling all over the place, but you traveling and not having to recover. Because there's a lot of people who travel, they travel, but then they have to recover from their travel, meaning recover financially because they spend so much money. And yeah, life is short. You don't know when you're gonna die, but that's also the thing is you don't know when you're gonna die. So you can end up dying late in your life, right? So you passed away late in your life, and because you didn't financially take care of yourself when you was younger, now when you get older, you're struggling because you was just spending money constantly over and over and over. And now you older and now you're struggling. So the best thing to do is stack your money right because you don't know when you're going to pass away. You could live a long life and then you're not going to be able to catch up to the financial not struggles, but bad decisions, the financial bad decisions you made when you was younger. That wasn't the word I was looking for, but you know what I'm saying. It still is the meaning. But the financial bad decisions you was doing when you was younger, you're not going to be able to catch up to it once you get older. It's harder because you can't work yourself into a lot of money because you just don't have the same type of energy. Um, so and like I said, the eating out thing, from a health standpoint, constantly eating out, constantly buying all those things, putting that in your body, you're not getting the best of the best. And even though here in America, a lot of the food is bad, but you know, when you're making the decision, you're going to buy it from the grocery stores, you can still make better choices instead of getting the worst of the worst. You know what I mean? So think about it like that. I think I'm gonna end it right there. Till next time. Peace.